Hi, Jasdev. Good morning, everyone. So we'll start with the stock market indexes analysis, specifically NDX, TSX, and then we will go on to the stocks that are in our watch list. Hi, Jasdev. So looking at NDX index, as we had discussed last week, because of the Russian invasion on Ukraine, we were expecting market to dip, and we had mentioned that towards the end of the week, we could expect reversal. Especially we had mentioned on analysis of Shopify, but same is the case for all the major stocks. If you notice on Thursday, there was huge dip, but after that the market has reversed. It has shown strong reversal. Thursday was green Marubazu, followed by again Friday there was small dip, and then market has pulled up. This pattern which you see on NDX, you would notice most of the stocks having similar pattern. The indicators have turned up, and from current level, which is NDX 100, we are looking. It is currently at 1410. So the mid Bollinger Band is at 14,460, which means the next trading session we can expect uptrend before it faces small resistance. If you look on the weekly chart, again the indicators have turned up. Williams R, CCI, although it is showing downward, but if you look at RSI and stochastic indicators, the reversal is clear. On weekly chart specifically, it has taken support at EMA 100 and has reversed up. So the next level which is interesting to watch is around 14,450 to 650, where it could face some resistance. Vivek sir, would you like to add anything?
Kamal, the last candle is basically a hammer. Downward price rejection, and it's a weekly chart. The international geopolitical news is not very, very healthy. So I would be very careful for the future. Though it is looking a reversal definitely, but I would still be careful of the future. So something on your mid Bollinger Band or your EMA 10, if that gets crossed, you can take it to the last candle. The EMA 10, what is that? What figure is that showing you? Yeah, 14,760.
14,760.
That's another about 600 points up. Once that is crossed, then I think we are out of the woods. Then we are definitely up for a big game. Once 14,760 is crossed, or 14,700 is crossed, taken out conclusively on a closing basis, you would be out of the woods and you would be very much on a very strong uptrend again, for a target of approximately about 17,150. Straight target of 17,150. That's another about 3,000 or $2,500 after above from that point. 2,500 points from your 14,700 plus. Indicators, Williams R is above. It's already come out of the oversold position. RSI is above. And your stochastic is also actually showing me you don't have MACD on this yet, right? Then you put MACD also?
Yeah.
I have just started to study MACD recently, and Yes.
If we are looking on the weekly chart.
Done. Take it on daily chart also. Daily chart will give you a faster indicator.
Yeah.
All right. Williams are turned, CCI turned, RSI turned, stochastic up, MACD also histograms have narrowed down and about to curve up. Now do you realize the difference? Weekly and daily chart. Marubazu on Thursday and a green candle, small green candle on Friday, and all indicators up. Now conversely, check this out with your 10 moving average. 14,150, you cross that. 20 is 14 for 450. So minute mid Bollinger Band on daily, 14,450 gets crossed. 14,700 or 14,600 is in striking distance. And once that is done, 17,000 will not be far. And specifically, a MACD has clearly showed the zero line bar, and the histograms are practically very, very minimal. So minute the crossover happens from down, MACD histogram will turn green, and you may see the signal line crossing into MACD and giving you an uptick. So keeping my fingers crossed, hopefully the political leaders across the globe will sense will prevail, and this will help you to come back. So I would say buy about 14,450 or 475. It touches 14,450, 475. Buy it for a target of 17,000.
So it would be good to buy for medium to long term.
Yes. Yes.
Sir, if you check the news of Ukraine and Russia, there is the initiation of peace talk.
Yeah, they're supposed to have agreed to meet in Belarus. So let's hope for the best. That's why I'm keeping my fingers crossed. Though I don't expect a resolution in the first meeting. That meeting should go on for about 3 or 4 rounds at least before the things could turn up. And that could be almost down till about a week or 10 days. So till then, you will get a very volatile and turmoil markets. So enjoy the trading sessions accordingly.
So for those trading on QQQ, although it follows NDX, so similar analysis applies. You look, it exactly follows NDX because QQQ follows the NASDAQ 100 stocks. So for those who are trading on NDX based on levels which Vivek sir mentioned, if it goes above mid Bollinger Band 352, it can conclusively reach the level close to 370. And if you are entering for long term, your long term target could be 400 plus.
Yes.
Yeah. So moving on to Canadian index TSX. Even TSX on Thursday took a dip and has shown strong reversal. Williams R, CCI, RSI, stochastic all have turned upwards. MACD has not formed a crossover, but hopefully in next session it could.
But the last histogram is a diminishing in height. So
yes.
So the line would now be moving towards zero and then positive territory. And TSX is looking stronger as compared to NASDAQ. It is not that big green candle on Thursday as we were saw it on the American exchanges. TSX is a regular candle, so it is giving you consistent. Also, TSX is not very far away from its target of 21,750. So TSX is much more resilient as compared to NASDAQ on this front. Whereas if you go back to the chart of QQQ or to NYSE or NDX, the candle on Thursday is a big Marubazul, big green candle, which is not the case in TSX. So NASDAQ also fell much, predominantly because of they're getting involvement into a third country war affair, which the Canadian market is not getting directly involved. So which is why TSX, though it fell down, it gave you a better bounce back. So it's more stable as compared to NASDAQ or NYSE.
Yes. And if we look on the weekly chart, it almost touched the mid Bollinger Band and formed a long wick, which is the lower price rejection, and has turned upward. The indicators Williams R and RSI are upward. So even on weekly chart, the reversal is seen. Especially for those holding TSX stocks for long term or planning to enter for long term, it could be good time to either add to positions or enter new, and especially look for stocks which are giving dividends if you are entering for long term. Any questions on index analysis? Asim, Jasdeep?
Anybody here on call who wishes to ask any specific questions regarding any stocks or regarding the indexes, please feel free to unmute and ask. Those on YouTube can also ask a question immediately. Type in your messages in the comment box. So let's help you in analyzing any stocks of your choice. Jasdev, any questions, any stocks of your choice which you want us to analyze? I don't know your name, the person with the name S. So if you can have any questions which you want to address us, or you have any queries regarding any counters, any stock, any tradable instrument, please feel free to ask us.
Okay. Meanwhile, we'll go further with some of the stocks that we have been watching. So the first one being Google. And as we had mentioned in the last session as well, we are looking at 2500, and if you look at the low of Thursday, it went to 2495 and got pulled up. So 2500 was the level which we had recommended for entering Google, especially for those who would like to hold it for about 6 months time at least, since it will be splitting in August. So buy around 2500 is very good entry for holding for at least 6 months. And even at currently, yeah. Yes, Vivek, sir.
No, I'm so glad that we could identify the level which got hit, and it has bounced immediately after that. So anybody who entered at 25 or 25.50 or 25.25 also is today sitting on a good profit.
It's over $100 profit within a span of 2 days. And for those who would like to enter these EMA 200 2660 could still be a good buy price. On the last session, it opened at that level and got pulled up. In the coming week, if it takes a dip, this could be the level where it could take support and get pulled up.
Yes, and the first target would be 2800. Or 2775, whatever we call it, 28 or 2775.
Yeah, I was also looking at this as the first target.
And then 2850 after that. And then of course 2925.
Right.
I'm giving you a visual number. I'm not giving you a number by analysis, giving you a visual number.
Yeah. And after the split, it could easily value about 30-50. We can expect all-time high after the split, or even closer to the split.
Much earlier, even earlier before than that. But if it shoots out, Google will shoot out at 30-50 comfortably.
Yes. If we look at the weekly chart as well, so lower Bollinger Band was here at 2569. It has formed a wick and has moved up.
Kamal, one more thing on weekly chart. It's a bullish engulfing.
Yes.
It's a very strong bullish engulfing. So at this rate, at 2690 just now, at the CMP of 2690, I can clearly see a target of 2900. So give it about a month, upper limit a month or so. If things go well, or if there is no other negative news, 2900 within a month could be a possibility within the next 4 or 5 weeks. Since you're watching a weekly chart, that's possible within the next 4 or 5 weeks also.
Yes.
That's a 10% return. On any given parameter, that's a 10% return.
Absolutely. So even if you enter at the start of market on Monday, around $2,700, $200 return is easily possible within 4 to 5 weeks, or about a couple of months, assuming that there are no bad news.
Because the 50 EMA is also taking a support. It's supporting at 50 EMA on a weekly chart. So automatically 20 EMA and then 10 EMA up. The 20 EMA is 2,800. 10 EMA is 2,736. So you have a target clearly identified for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is a good stock to get in. And the another one was MSFT. We had mentioned 280. And I know for sure Kamran would have entered because I had helped him to place order. And if you look at the low, 271, and then it got pulled up. At 271, it formed a huge green candle, which was one of the reason why we see NASDAQ and QQQ having such big candle on Thursday. Most of the volume was in Microsoft. All tech stocks moved up. Microsoft, Amazon, Google, you would see similar pattern on Thursday.
So Karma has bought this at what stock? What price?
280.
280.
And it low was 271. Currently,
Yeah, that's all right. And what target have you given him?
I think 300 was the first target. No, sorry.
Please revise it to
310.
310 or 312 is the first target now.
Yeah, 310.
Please tell Karma to revise it to 310 or 312 first target. Next target will be 340.
Yeah. Yeah, he is also on this stock for long term. So
yeah,
340 would be the target for majority of his position.
Yes. Once the price crosses 315, he should keep a stop loss of 300 and carry it for a target of 340 or even higher later. Because once it crosses 340, the next target is going to be much, much higher. And this is also again bullish engulfing on a Thursday when the markets were dead and down. He is doing a clear bullish engulfing.
The stocks gave a gap down opening and then straight it pulled up.
That is the reason why you do an analysis to enter your identify your buying price and wait for somebody to make a political or a political mistake for you to encash on. You realize your Microsoft, you realize your Google, you realize your Amazon, all your buy orders were triggered this week thanks to Mr. Biden and Mr. Putin.
If you look at Amazon as well, it has the lower Bollinger Band and got pulled up and has moved.
And all of them were at support levels. Clearly identified previous support levels, already identified. That's the power of support and resistance, guys, which every trader in the world will check but will never admit to it.
Yeah, and this week actually it's clearly evident that the war and other news are complementary. The technical analysis gives the levels prior. The market just falls to that level based on external news to be in sync with that news and then get pulled up.
That is why I always tell everybody, please learn technical so you will never bother about political wars or political news. You would rather enter at a technical level so and make your money there. Technicals will always help you to make money and secured wealth.
Yes. So for Amazon, those who manage to enter, or if you are looking to enter mid Bollinger Band level of 3060, so you can buy around 3060 for the first target at EMA 200, which would be 3260. You could keep your target, although it is 3270. So just to make sure that your order executes, so it would still be around $200 profit.
Great. Kamal, let's shift on to the stocks which we have been requested to.
Yeah.
Asim has requested two of them, SPCE and FCEL. Pick up one first. In the meantime, if Ashish or S wants to ask for some more stock, or if you have a request on YouTube, let's pick them up and start asking, since we have exactly about 20 minutes left or 15 minutes left.
Sure.
Hey Kamal, this is Ashish here.
Yeah.
Yes,
Hi,
Ashish.
Hey, just a question regarding the index funds. I was just trying to see to invest in the index funds. How much should we look for the management fees? How much would be the ideal management fees for the index funds for the being a lowest cost?
So which index you are looking to invest?
There are a couple of index funds through my employer. This is for the RRSP. So Sun Life is having something called hold on a second.
Cumulative standard plan.
No, I
Sun
mean,
Life of-
this is Sun Life. I mean, when I go into my Sun Life account, I see it gives me an option called MFS Global Equity. So not sure what is that account. Is it like their own stock index which is not open to the market, or it should be open to market, right?
It's their set of stocks. It's kind of their customized basket where they are investing in some of the financial and insurance related companies, and they keep updating their list so that the returns are good. You can talk to your employer, especially the provider, and get to know the exact number of stocks and which are the actual stocks in which they are investing. They have 4 to 5 options you can choose based on your risk levels and which are the ones which could give you a much better control. You can try to get that information from the provider.
Okay.
Your
Okay.
company will
But
give you the details on how to access your account,
uh-huh.
on what all is invested, and then
Mhm.
the provider would help you to give the in-depth detail of what actually they have invested in.
Okay. Okay. But usually, I mean, if I have to invest from Wealthsimple or IBKR, if I
Mhm.
go from that route, um, what fees are we looking at? Like S&P or any other index fund that I look at? Because this one, Sun Life, it's showing me 1.04%, 0.6%. So are they usual fees if I look outside as well, or are they costlier ones?
So if you look at
Mm-hmm.
Simple Trade doesn't charge fee on Canadian ETFs. Okay.
Okay.
On US ETFs, uh, you don't pay commission on buying or selling or even holding. The FX on FX they charge fee like you trade for stocks.
Yeah. FX. Okay.
So that's the advantage of using Simple Trade. IBKR charges small fee. So you can compare the fee from your actual current account where you're holding to these platforms.
Mm-hmm.
But what I understand, if your um, RRSP contribution is coming through your employer, then
Mm-hmm.
until you leave that organization, you won't be able to transfer that to any of these investment funds, which is what I
Okay.
got to know from my provider. Once you leave that
Oh,
organization, then you can transfer to Simple Trade or whichever other institution you wish to.
okay. Okay.
So the only control that we have on that case is that you can change your risk levels. You can get to know what organizations or what stocks they have invested in so that you can maximize those returns. And you could also close and open positions at the end of the trading session. That
Okay.
flexibility we give. So like you trade in stocks in your account, you can trade anytime. On that, you
Mhm.
can close the positions on that trading session and then open another, choose next risk level and open another position in the next day.
Okay. Okay. Got it. Thanks.
Yeah. So in terms of indexes, if you're looking to invest in US indexes, SPY and QQQ, these two are good. If you are looking for even faster return, this TQQ, it's a it's a triple leverage of QQQ. So if QQQ moves 1%, this moves
Mhm.
3%. So
Oh,
this makes it
okay.
little more volatile. But if you are someone who is looking for faster return and is okay to take a little larger risk, and I say this because if QQQ goes down by 1%, it goes down by 3% as well.
Okay. So maybe I can, I mean, I will keep my RRSP with the employer, but I can look through my TFSA and from there I can buy this index fund, right?
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay. Okay. And
Okay.
same thing, right? Simple, if TQQ is having there, it would be 0% fees, right?
Yeah, on holding it would be 0%, but you will pay the fee on your FX, 1.5% fee on your FX. So that depends upon
Oh.
what's your trade value, and on that you will be
Mhm.
paying 1.5%. Okay,
And do they
so
pay dividends as well?
yes, dividends, if you are holding in TFSA, it won't be
Mhm.
tax free. If you are holding a US stock and you are holding that in your Canadian TFSA account, although the
Mhm.
account says tax free, but you will be paying withholding tax that is deducted at the US end.
Okay. Okay. So TQQ holds what? US market, US stock shares, or is the Canadian?
QQQ tracks NASDAQ 100, top 100
Okay.
stocks on NASDAQ, QQQ tracks. So if you follow NDX or QQQ, both indexes are same. It's just the value that is different. And TQQ, because it follows QQQ, so its trend is also the same. It's just that the volatility is higher. You'll see green and red candles the same, but the percentage change would be varying each day. I mean, it would be multiplied.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
Thanks. Yeah.
Welcome. And now let's quickly go on to SPC, which Asim has requested.
Well, in the meantime, if you can just also mention your website details. We have a question by Mr. S regarding training that we offer him, that we offer everybody. Plus, he has a lot of other questions on brokerages, on Questrade, and everything else. You can just give him your website details.
Yeah, we have
grow money trading. Yeah.
Right. We have a session in once we are done with this analysis, we will be walking through the course that we are planning next week.
So, Mr. S, if you can just hold for some more time, we'll be talking to you about our new courses also, which you can attend to us immediately.
Yes.
In a matter of few minutes from now.
Right.
Yeah.
We'll just finish up.
Let's finish up with the analysis and then shift to that of orientation for the course.
Right. Okay. So moving on to SPC requested by Asim. I think we are already on SPC. Yeah. So as we saw on NASDAQ, so even for SPC, although it's traded on NYSE, on Thursday it had a gap down opening and then green Marubazu. Last session, it formed a green candle which has gone above the mid Bollinger band. However, the volume is decreasing, which means the buying is happening, but the number of buyers are reducing. However, if you are on it, 9.90 is the next target that you could aim for. And the next target above that would be 10.3. Further, if it continues uptrend, your next targets could be 13.45. Asim, are you holding it for long term, or do you want to enter?
I'm just planning to enter in this stock. I was just wondering if it has potential, then I can think to enter in this stock.
Yeah, because most of the stocks have fallen, so it does have potential. It's all about how long you want to hold and what is the return you are looking. I see that it is not having dividends. So if you are looking for short term, yes, for about few days to few weeks, it can give you good return. Since it doesn't have dividend, at this point, it would be good to enter some stock which also gives growth as well as dividend, since most of the stocks had dropped.
Asim, the last 5 days specifically have been a very, very narrow range trading for SPC. So if you're looking to enter, please. Agreed. All right. So last 5 weeks have been on a very, very narrow range of trading. So if you're thinking to enter on a week for this counter, please enter with a very strict stop loss. And the stop loss is very clear, 7.2. The low reached was 7.4. Your stop loss is 7.2. But if 7.4 or 7.2 gets taken out, the downside can be anything. So if you're entering the stock, it's a good consolidation on a weekly chart. But my suggestion is enter only with a strong stop loss of 7.2. Currently, you're at 9.18 or 9.2. So if you're entering in, you are entering with a $2 stop loss at this current market price. Or wait to buy at around 8 with a stop loss of 7.2. So then that would mean that your stop loss is only 80 cents at a buying price of 8. And your target is very clearly 12.5, or as Kamal says, 1350 or even higher. Does that help you, Asim?
Yeah, thank you.
Most welcome. All right. Anybody else? Any more stocks?
Awesome. There is one more from
One more,
Asim
yes. Asim was
FC.
the SP.
Yeah. Meanwhile, if anyone else has any other request, you can write in the chat.
Yeah, anybody on YouTube wants any of the stocks analyzed, same thing. Please write down and let's help you in your management of your portfolio.
Yeah. So for FCEL, there's a trend which we are not seeing on major US stocks in the last 4 weeks, which is a weekly uptrend. In last 4 weeks, when the markets have been down, this stock has formed weekly uptrend. In the last week, on Thursday, it did give a gap down, but then got pulled up with strong Marubazu, and then in the last session, it has formed a lower week. The volume is still high. So with this trend, if you are currently holding, the next target could be $1 above 6.25 or even 6.5 if there's good volume. And can still be held for higher targets around $9 or even 10.5. That could be third target.
Yes.
But for this, stop loss at 4.6. You could hold with stop loss at 4.6 or even conservative stop loss if you want to keep. Since the low here was 4.25, a stop loss at 4.2 or 4 would also be okay.
Asim and everybody else, I have one strong observation over here. If you realize the candlestick patterns, like this is what we teach our students very clearly. You're already into 3 white soldiers. So you are into a very strong uptrend, number one. Number two, look for good upside targets. Right? If you look at the weekly, Kamal, can you zoom out? No, you're zooming in. I'm zooming out. That's. So, and can you take a day chart? Now, if you look very carefully, around December 20th, there's a gap down, which has been filled approximately at the level of 6.10. Right? So from 5.28, 6.1 is definitely around the corner. 6.1 is definitely around the corner. I would look at a figure of even 7 comfortably. Because when 6 gets taken out, 7 is the immediate target for you. And once 7 gets taken out, because that is the 200-day moving average, your upside targets really open up all the way back to 11. So you see, because of your candles on a weekly pattern, which is the 3 white soldiers, which is nothing but studying your price action on your candlesticks. You study that and then you decide to move. Your targets are clearly identified. Now I am looking at targets on a daily chart, but I'm trading on a weekly candle pattern. And that is what is technical analysis all about. Learning just by visuals. I'm not even controlling the chart. I'm only watching it from far. Over here, I'm watching it across the globe, halfway across the globe. But yes, the candlestick patterns, price action is clearly talking to you. And upward price movement, when the market was falling, market was in deep doldrum and panic, this stock is moving up because it's talking about and it's clearly showing on the chart what it is asking, is telling you to do. It will be doing that very shortly. So FCL, Asim, very good pick. I would say if you're thinking of entering the stock, it's a good pick.
Yes, for entering the lower wick at 4.99, EMA 10 or say $5 was good entry. Even at the
So
current level,
even if it dips and comes down to 4.9 or 4.7, I will still buy it with a stop loss of 4.25.
yeah,
I would buy it anything till 4.25. I would buy it blindly because it's given me a weekly 3 white soldiers. I mean, sorry for using it in the current scenario of the war around you. You're using the word soldiers, but 3 white soldiers are supposed to be winning candles for us. And if it's on a weekly chart, it's all the more stronger. So look at it to buy at any dip possible up to 4.25 as a stop loss. Targets I've already given to you. And this will not be 1 or 2 day trade. This will be a long trade. It could go on for about 2 or 3 months, but very strong trade. It will give you good returns. In about 3 to 4 months, even if you double your capital, you should be more than happy, which is a high probability.
with a buyer even at the current level and selling at 10.5,
You will be doubling your capacity. Right. Lovely. Asim, good stock selections. Thank you.
yeah.
Thanks,
Asim,
everybody.
any question? Are you okay with this?
Yeah, I'm already holding this, and I think I will hold it for next maybe 1-2 months, and then I will see.
What is your buying price, Asim?
I bought it at 520, I believe,
Oh,
2-3 days
lovely.
ago.
No, lovely. Then I think you entered the right price.
Yeah.
You must have bought it on Thursday.
Yeah, I think on this candle, yeah, somewhere on this
Yeah.
candle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, good.
That's good. Great. So you can hold for few months and it should
Yes.
good returns.
All right. We have Yogi with us also. Yogi, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Hi, Yogi.
So I actually saw the message very late. So I just thought if the session is still going on, I'll just join.
Well, the session is still on. As you can see, we are still here discussing stocks. But
Yeah.
if you have any query, we can take one stock of yours before we close this and we go into our orientation for our new program we are starting off.
Okay.
How
So I just I'm not a
Second.
day trader, but I do have some investment. So yesterday, when the markets went down due to the Ukraine crisis, I just bought some
That's good.
Vanguard ETF. So
you also on ETFs? Lovely.
yeah.
So do you want us to analyze any of the ETFs that you bought, or are you looking to
So
buy
in
some
Canada,
of
I bought VFE,
Mhm.
but I'm not sure what is its outlook.
VFE?
Yeah.
VFE?
VFV.
VFV.
Yeah.
Victory Father Victory.
Yeah, this is Vanguard 500. So basically it follows S&P 500. SPY, what we discussed. So we did analysis at the start of NDX, and this follows S&P 500. VFV follows S&P 500. It also gives dividend. So what we discussed for NASDAQ also follows for SPY, which is the index which follows S&P. You would see the similar trend. On Thursday, it had a gap down, then market has pulled up, and the following session it has formed green candle. The indicators are up to mid Bollinger Band, that is level 100. It could go up and then face some resistance. If you are planning to hold this for long term, knowing that it gives good dividend, so 107.5 or even 109 could be your target if you are looking to hold this for long term. In terms of entry, if you have entered yesterday or day before, that's a very good entry price. You would have got under 98, I believe. I think
But he's left. He's not on the session now.
he got dropped.
All right.
Yeah. Okay, so we will move on to the next agenda. Once he joins, then we'll take him.
Yeah.
So any last question, Asim or Yogi has joined now? Yeah, Yogi, we were saying that if you have entered yesterday, you would have got a very good buy price, and the next targets that you could look if you are looking to hold for long term, target around 109, and if you are looking for short term, then a target of around 101.5 or even 104.
Okay.
I believe you would have entered this for long term because it gives dividends as well.
Yes, exactly.
Right. And along with this, you could also look for, since it is 98.93. So this is good. And is there any other ETF you are holding?
I have basically 4 or 5 ETFs in Canada. ZEB, then
Yeah, so if you have entered this week, you would have got good price to hold them for long term, either opening new position, or even if you have added to your existing positions, that would be good.
so about the US markets, is it a right time to buy the cyber security kind of or maybe something related to that? Because I see the software stocks are going down overall. But in that micro sector is obviously, I think cyber security is a specific niche sector, right? So what is the outlook?
Yeah, especially around this time, buying tech stocks which are over 50% down, like Facebook, Shopify, or Netflix, because these have dropped a lot. Growth will, from these stocks, you can expect higher once market reverses strongly, like we have seen these two. And if the war stops in Europe and interest rates are announced, so these stocks which have dropped very fast, you can expect them to recover in, say, a timeline of 6 months.
Okay.
If you are looking in any of the specific cybersecurity stocks, just look for the stocks which have dropped down, because you know that since they have dropped, they would be in oversold region. Now, knowing a stock which is good, like Facebook or Netflix, the company is good, you can rely on them, just hold for some time and you can expect them to recover.
Okay.
Right. So
Yes.
for the cybersecurity sector, if you see some stock which has dropped in a similar way and has good fundamentals, you could still choose one of those in the cybersecurity domain as well.
Okay. Got it.
Okay. And to be safe, I mean, at this point, even if you choose indexes which give good dividends, especially for your long-term portfolios, that could be a very good strategy as well. So some of the ETFs that you are holding that and you have bought this week, that's a good strategy as well. You are taking less risk and assuring that you will get returns every quarterly or whenever they give dividend payouts.
So next week also we should continue buying, or we just have to wait until everything settles down at a lower price?
Yeah, it would be good to watch how it unfolds in Europe. Uh, Most likely the dip that had happened on Thursday, we may not expect to go down that level, but if things don't go in peace direction, then yes, probably things could go worse.
Okay.
Okay.
And what about
That's why
oils?
Victor mentioned about,
Sorry.
that's why Victor mentioned about having stop loss. And about oil stocks in US, yes, because of the sanctions, the US oil stocks could continue going higher.
Okay.
So if you are already on any of the oil stocks, that could be good to hold for some time.
Okay. Got it.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yes. You're welcome. Okay. So now we'll move on to the next agenda of our session. I will switch on to our presentation. So in the next week and coming weeks, we are planning to have our next batch for our courses. For those who are not aware, we have two courses, one course for trading stocks as well as crypto, where we talk more of fundamentals and technical analysis right from the basics, building it up so that you could become an independent trader. If you are someone who is not at all trading or investing in the Canadian market, or have been trading for quite some time and would like to take the approach of deciding based on analysis, then this course is quite suitable for them. And then we have advanced course, which we call it as GMT futures and options course. This is for them who like to trade in futures and options and have a prior some level of trading experience or analysis. As the name says advanced, the topics are slightly advanced. Now in this session we will give a quick overview of our team, the courses, the schedule, and what the course content is, how it's taken, and also talk about the fees and offers. And although we are open for queries in between the presentation, if you have any queries, please feel free to stop and we will be happy to answer, or you could ask at the end of the session as well. Talking about us, we are together for about 2 years now. I created a WhatsApp group in January 2020, which grew very fast, much faster than I had anticipated. We grew into multiple WhatsApp groups. Now we are on 8 platforms. You could search with Grow Money Trading on either of these platforms and you should be able to find us. We actually started with WhatsApp group where there was knowledge sharing in the text. Then we move on to Zoom, which most of our members requested that they would like to watch offline, and that's how our YouTube was formed, as a place where we could share our recordings with our members. The learning was immense in those sessions. Like the session which we had few minutes back was for analyzing stocks and indexes, which helps us and GMT members to see how and what to expect in the coming week and take the trades accordingly. But also there used to be requests on understanding the technicals which drive the stock prices or the price action. And Based on the request, we came together as a team and we registered ourselves in January last year, in June last year. Within a month, we launched our official website and we started our first course, which was a beginner's course, which was intended especially for those who have no trading experience. We had 2 batches and then we added some more topics in that course and extended it to trading course, of which we have completed 3 batches. And then early this year, we extended, or you would say our course structure, we extended to advanced level by starting our futures and advanced course. The first batch of the futures and advanced course was in January 5th, and we are going to have our next batch on March 5th. So I believe most of you are familiar with us as a team. Here is me, Kamal. Then Tahir is our lead instructor. Aditya is our data expert, and Vivek, he is our crypto expert, and Vivek Bhatia sir, you would hear from him in this session and also in the course. If you join our trading course, I'm sure you will start loving trading. Your interest in trading would grow much more than what you currently have. Then we have our options instructors. Akash is an options day trader as well as trainer, and Girish Mane, he is our options lead instructor. Both of them are not here in this session, but you would see him from the next week. They are the ones who would be driving most of the classes from the next week. So talking about our website is growmoneytrading.com. I'll take to the website as well. And as I mentioned that we have our options and futures course, which is starting next Saturday, March 5th. And following week, we'll start our next batch of the trading course, which is on March 12th. The timing here will be mentioned based on March 12th. On March 13th, daylight savings will be applied here in Canada. We'll make sure that EST time will remain. So members joining from other time zone, they would be affected by an hour. So moving on to the website, just get on the screen. Just give me a moment.
Kamal, if I can just take a minute of your time.
Yes.
And over here, the 2 courses which Kamal has talked about, the trading course as well as the advanced course, they are 2 different courses. So if anybody wants to start a career in trading, who wants to learn trading and investing, our suggestion is join the trading course first. Excel, learn the skill, learn the concepts, acquire it, enhance your skills, get confident, and then move to the advanced batch. We would never recommend anybody to join the advanced batch directly because we are expecting you to join the advanced batch with some good knowledge of investment and trading. So if anybody is looking for learning fresh and keeping that skill for life, our suggestion is go step by step in the due progression as deemed fit. And that would mean join the trading course first, starting on March 12th, and then later give yourself a month or 2 after finishing your course. You can join the futures trading course also. Yes, Kamal. Thank you. Kamal, you're on mute.
Sorry. Yeah. This is our website, growmoneytrading.com. And here you can find the details of the upcoming courses. As we mentioned, we have futures and options course starting on March 5th. And if you further scroll down, you'll find the detail of our stocks and crypto trading course. If you click on any of the location here, you will be redirected to the course page. The futures and options trading course. So this course, as Vivek sir already mentioned, that this course is for those who are having some level of trading skill. And in this course, we help you to learn the skills which are needed for trading futures and options, as the futures and options are highly rewarding. They come with higher risk as well. So a prior experience in trading helps, and it creates a good base for those getting into the futures and options course. And I'll quickly run through the batch schedule. So it would start on March 5th and it will run up to 10th of April. It is about 6 weeks course, as it's an advanced course. And it will be on Saturdays and Sundays, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. EST. As I mentioned, even though there would be daylight savings affected, the timing would remain the same for EST time. For those joining from other time zones, there would be 1 hour shift for you. Now, talking about what will you learn, I would like to invite Vivek sir, if you'd like to talk about the course content and what we learn from the course.
Thank you, Kamal. Now, friends, over here, as the name suggests, it's an advanced course. We'll be teaching you, initially talking to you about some advanced indicators and advanced tools which we have not taught you or which has not been discussed in the trading course. After they are discussed and done, now these are special tools which you talk about on trading tools. After these advanced indicators are taught to you, we will talk to you. Before that, we will also talk to you about why do you require options? Why do you require to trade in futures? In a smaller quantum of value or capital, you can actually trade a larger number. So you will always trade options and futures when you want to play a bigger game, a bigger trade with a lesser value. So your risk has gone up. But as the risk goes up, so does your profit. So it is meant for those people who know what trading is all about and then want to enhance their skills and are confident of taking a bigger risk for a bigger profit. So basically, options is used as a hedging tool on all your trades. So why are you using options is what we will talk to you about. Why should you trade futures is what I've just told you briefly. Now, we'll talk to you about margin trading also. We'll talk to you what a jobbing and scalping is. Now, these are all trading styles of individuals who trade on very short duration of time. A jobber or a scalper trades for a very short duration of time. His trade, he will enter a trade and close his trade before you can finish a cup of coffee. So when you come sit with a hot piping cup of coffee, by the time you finish your cup of coffee, he has already finished 2 trades. So your hot cup of coffee would take you about 5 to 10 minutes. By that time, he has already finished 2 trades. So he has bought once, sold, he has bought the second time and sold it. And you have not yet finished a cup of coffee. It is that fast. But that requires a special skill set, which we will talk to you about. Now, I did mention something about having any advanced indicators which we'll talk about. So we talk about advanced indicators like VWAP. We talk about volume profile. Now, these are all names of indicators. I can actually talk for hours together, but since I'm only introducing the course, I'm telling you they're powerful indicators which help you to trade and take a high probable decision of entering a trade and exiting a trade. We talk about further advanced indicators of Ichimoku, super trend, Elliott waves. Now, Ichimoku is such an advanced indicator, better than Bollinger, which actually tells you 26 periods in advance, 26 time periods in advance as to how the market is expected to move, 26 time periods hereafter. That means it will prepare you well in advance what to expect in future. And if you know that, you know where the money lies. You have super trend. Again, a very powerful indicator. I mean, I wonder if people who were watching Kamal just now presenting the charts had a few triangle marks on it. Those were all nothing but super trend marks. Right? So he's already using it. Elliott waves. Elliott waves actually tells you how the price will move in the future and what percentage it will move up or move down. So if you know the projected targets or the projected trajectory that the price will take, that will help you to decide what trade you want to take and how do you want to move into the trade. Then Fibonacci's, an Italian individual who found out the importance of a specific sequence of numbers. Yes, he's an Italian by name, and the series is named by him. There are a few things I would love to share, but I'll share that to you in class, not on this platform here. Right? So Fibonacci's are very important numbers. Now, this is one number sequence which was used much, much before the gentleman whose name is attached to the sequence was even conceived by his parents. Right? But they are very powerful numbers and they are used across in a lot of other things also. So how will you use Fibonacci? How will you use parabolic SAR is what we will talk to you about in our advanced trading tools. And when we are teaching you tools, there is something which is a gift within this process. We will also talk to you about a strategy of how to use these tools. So though it is not mentioned in our course overview, that comes like a surprise package to you. That we are not only teaching you a tool, we are teaching how to use it. Thereby, we are giving you advanced intimation of what a strategy is on using those tools. So that's the bonus you will get there. After this is done, comes the hardcore portion of options. Now, options have got multiple things. There is open interest. There is a lot of geeks involved, alpha, gamma, theta, rho, vega, and the others. How each one is affecting the price. You will keep hearing a lot of television anchors talking to you about ITMs, OTMs, and ATMs. These are all ways of identifying what is the strike price of an option. Is it an ITM, is it an OTM, or is it an ATM? So it is in the money, at the money, or out of money. Technical terms, I can talk to you about it. It will be a part of a regular course, but rather just introducing the course to you. Most important over here. What is the strike price? What is the open interest on each strike price? Open interest is nothing but how many people are actually trading that strike price of that trading instrument. Right? So every trading instrument, be it Shopify, be it QQQ, will have various strike prices available. So they will have multiple options for the same underlying asset. So these are all things which will come to you once my colleagues Akash and Girish will start talking to you. How do you analyze open interest? Something which is the basis of what you will analyze first and then trade later on. And then what are the kind of option trades you can take? You can take a naked, you can take a hedge, you can take a covered position. Again, each one has its own pros and cons. You could trade naked if you want. Perfect. Naked doesn't mean without your clothes. Naked means you are taking a direction of a trade only one side direction. Right? So it's called naked trade. It gives you maximum return, but it also has maximum risk. So instead of that, you want to go in for a covered call or you want to go in for a hedge call, hedge position. You will talk of that. Now, when we talk about all these options, we talk to you about various strategies which are used by financial institutions. They are the ones who are playing this big. So is it a straddle? Is it a strangle? Is it a condor? Is it a synthetic? Is it a shift strap? Whatever it is, they will keep talking about and explaining various types of strategies used in trading options. We will also talk to you about spreads. Now, the bull spread, bear spread, these are all regular things. What is most important is how do you make your adjustments? How do you use butterfly strategies, which is a combination of how do you do calendar spreads? How do you do a strangle? Right? What is the option which you will trade on the last day of the expiry? How do you make money there? The idea is if you are learning something from us, you have to learn how to make money. Otherwise, giving you knowledge is of no use. If you can't make money, it's of no use. So we'll talk about a lot of strategies to you. Now, the whole thing, when it happens, the training that happens, we ourselves pride in giving you a structured course. We pride in dirtying your hands because you will be in the process of taking the course. Hands-on experience will be given to you. You will be asked to create a modification into the strategy. Why are we doing that? It will be done live in class so that you are practicing what you are learning. Now the class will be headed by the 6 of us. Almost each one of us will get involved. Each one of us will teach you exactly what we individually are most strongly talking to you on that. So we will teach you the subject that we are most strong on. Of course, yours truly will be around monitoring what's happening. Whether are you receiving what we have promised you, receiving it the way we have promised to give it to you, which is the most optimum way of receiving it. That means you will be there in class and we will be there in the background, but monitoring it. And I personally will take a few sessions myself, specifically the ones which talks about Ichimoku, which talks about the super trend, which talks about the VWAP. We will talk about all of them. I will personally be involved over there. Tahir will be personally involved in Fibonacci's. He will be involved with Elliott. So we will keep Akash and Girish to teach you options, but that does not mean that we are not around. We will be there and mentoring you and monitoring you. Now, what is it that we require from you? Nothing much. Whatever knowledge you have, keep that for yourself, but try and now come with an open mind. Try and come with a mind to give us good 36 hours at least. Now, when we say 36 hours, rest be assured, we mean at least 36 hours. The time to start is always fixed. We will impart you and give you a habit of being a disciplined person. So if the markets have to open at a scheduled time, and I decide I had a late night, I don't want to get up and trade, market will not wait for Vivek to wake up. And then once Vivek wakes up, the market will open because Vivek wants to trade. Markets will open and start trading irrespective whether Vivek is there or not. So you have to be disciplined in coming on time when the markets open. We will give you refresher lessons. We will permit you to join our future courses for anything that you have missed out. For anything that you want a second repeat, you're most welcome. We would be sharing our PPTs with you on the website. The recordings of the classes are always available to you for private viewing on the YouTube channel as well as on our website. You will get a certificate and you will be linked up into a GMT premium channel on the Discord, whereby all our ex or past learners are also there on the platform. So it becomes a platform of interaction with trading brothers and sisters across the globe. I don't call them friends, I call them trading brothers and sisters. Right? Because who knows, you may be punching in a trade of sell and your own brother, sister in the community may be buying it from you. Because that is your individual perspective is there. So they are your brothers and sisters on the group. So that's the way it is. So you will be part of the group. So you will understand, you can share your experiences. A certificate, of course, is due and will be given to you. What's required from you? A good computer or a laptop. Of course, a good internet connection. You can also watch our training on a smartphone, but you won't enjoy it because when you share charts, you won't be able to see it. I know some of my learners have stopped using a computer or laptop Why? When we are taking a session, they'd want to take it on a wide, big screen of 50 inches or 72 inches also. Why is that? Well, we want to see the chart big. We want to see our trainers in bigger than live frame. That's the way. That's the love that they have for us. That's the passion that they have for us. So that's the way it is. Whom are we targeting? Anybody who is a seasoned trader who wants to learn, enhance, and refine his skills on trading options, futures, and cryptocurrencies. That's what we require from you. What is the net damage to your pocket that this will cost you? The very important point. Well, as the screen indicates to you, what Kamal has already brought it down to you, the introductory price now for this session is $750. I'm not saying book right now, book at as per your convenience, but book at the earliest. You want further installments, you are not able to pay $750 for any reason whatsoever, please get in touch with Kamal, or you have our contact details on the website. Get in touch with us. We could work out and pick up 2 installments of $400 each. Right? The course for somebody paying upfront is $750. Somebody paying in installments, it comes to $800. There is something called finance expenses involved in installments. Take it as that expense if required. Right? Now, what do? You get 6 months of alerts, which we will be sharing with all our learners. I don't call them students. I call them learners, because if at this age you are in to learn, you are not a student, you are a keen learner. So please don't call yourself students, call yourself keen learners. That is what you are, keen learners. Right? So that's about the futures and options course. Right? Any questions so far? We have one more rule in our session. Every learner is expected to unmute his mic and ask his question there and then. We do not delay our question and answer sessions till the end of the session. Why? If the question has arisen in your mind right now, ask it right now. The class also, the entire class has the same question. And this is what I tell all my learners. If you have a question to ask, a query to ask, feel selfish and ask it upfront and be the first to ask. Because the class will have the same question, but they did not have the guts to ask. They were feeling shy. So when I am answering your query, when we are answering to your question, you are attentively hearing to our answer. You are absorbing our answer. The class is hearing the answer, not attentively, so they are not absorbing the answer. So for your benefit, ask your questions upfront. Right? So that's one. Any questions now? Or if I miss something, Kamal can take it back further.
Yeah, I would just like to add, thank you, Vivek sir, for the details. I would just like to add that we do have referral rewards for each referral. We do give $30 for this advanced course. And there's also a referral reward for the trading course. And we'll give a quick walk of the trading course as well. And then we will take questions from S.
Yes, if I can know your name, because it is difficult to say your name as so rather, I believe in always talking one-to-one. If you can unmute and speak, since you only 3 of us here just now, it will be good to hear your voice also. Because then I can ask you about what is your background. So if you really want to know, we could talk to you about our trading batch also very clearly. Or if you want, I'll run you through the trading batch in a quick manner.
Yeah, I'll just give a brief.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as I mentioned, the trading course is basically for anyone who is interested in investing, is planning to begin investing, trading, has been doing investing or trading for some time, but would like to learn the right fundamental and technical skills in trading either stocks, ETFs, cryptocurrencies, or any financial instruments. Through this course, we aim to give you everything that you need to start trading and grow money trading steadily and consistently. If you are someone who is looking to advance in your investing, would like to get more or more reliable returns in your investing, this is this suitable course for you. So here we, as GMT team, we help individuals to acquire skills so that they can become self-reliant and can freely trade in any global exchange, be it in US, in Canada, or if you are in India, Dubai, any place you are in any global exchange, you can trade after learning the technicals and fundamentals from this course. This course is of 4 weeks. The next batch is starting on March 12th and it will run up to April 3rd. The timing for this course, we have taken the course at this time. There have been members who are interested from different time zones, so we have fallen back to the same time, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Even with the daylight savings, we'll keep the same time if learners enroll in the course are comfortable with that time. If it needs to be shifted, we are open with that as well. We are flexible with the time so that it is comfortable for everyone enrolling in the course. As of now, it is on Saturday and Sunday, but subject to change depending upon everyone's availability. And in this course, I would again invite Vivek sir to walk through the.
Thank you, Kamal. Now, this course is basically meant for, we will talk to you about fundamentals. We'll talk to you about various exchanges that are available across North America for trading. Now, this course, though we talk about North American exchanges, this course is talking about giving you a trading skill which you can use in any part of the globe, on any trading exchange in the world. Right? Now, we will always talk to you about first stock markets and exchanges of the North American continent, which would be NASDAQ, NYSE predominantly, and TSX on the Canadian shores. Right? These are the three exchanges we normally talk about. You can trade on any other exchange. You could trade in Dubai, Pakistan, India, Tokyo, London, France, Germany, whichever exchange you want to. Now, when we talk about trading or when we talk about investment, we always have two different systems of analysis. One is a fundamental system of analysis, wherein you study books of accounts as submitted by various companies. You create some ratios or you have pre-prepared ratios available to you. You analyze the company according to the books and the ratios, and then you make a decision whether this company is worth investing in it or not. Right? Now, we do introduce you to fundamental analysis, but that is not the principal focus about this course. This course is all about technical analysis. So once we are introducing to you on the fundamentals, we also introduce to you what are the technical terms being used, and then we start talking about technical analysis. Now, in technical analysis, we make it a point to introduce you the first and the foremost thing in any technical analysis is candlesticks. Now here, we also teach you a new language, right? We make you understand languages of a candlestick, what the candlestick is trying to talk to you about. Why? Because once you understand what the candlestick is talking to you about, you will be able to understand what it is about to do. Once you know what it is about to do, you will trade according to that and make your money. Now here again, like in options, we will show you how candles are actually formed in live markets. Candles are changing every tick, every second. We will teach you and show it to you how they are changing and how are they affecting it. Next, what we teach you is very important, a support and resistance. Now, this is something which every trader, seasoned trader in the world uses, but as I was just speaking earlier about, and 45 minutes earlier was, they will never admit to it. It's it's a secret open secret across the globe. Every trader uses it. Nobody admits to it. They are all ungrateful traders. They're making money out of it, but they don't admit it. We will teach you how do you draw your supports and resistances, how do you use it, how do you mint your money, how do you create your wealth. So that is when we will dirty your hands by making you practice. Now, when we make you practice here, our teacher and learner ratio is almost 1:2. So for every trainer, we will only have 2 learners in the room. You will be broken up into individual rooms. It's as good as taking a private tuition from one of us. We will be tutoring you how do you draw your supports and resistances 1-to-1. That's the importance. Now, along with supports and resistances, it comes to drawing trend lines. That's something similar to supports and resistances. Then we don't stop there. In between, we also make certain that if you're acquiring a skill, that skill has to be practiced to create your wealth. So in case if you don't have an account, Kamal will be responsible for this. He will talk to you about what are the various trading accounts available. He will walk you through how you could open your account. He would guide you on that account. What platforms can you be used? Where should you open an account? Whether TFSA, RRSP, or a trading personal accounts. So he will walk you through that and get you ready before the actual training starts. Actual training starts. Why? But once we start teaching you, we are also going to be sharing with you trade ideas for the next week. And we would expect you to start trading on that. Right? Because if you are paying us any fee, you have to earn your fees back. After all, this education should be free for you. So you should learn to earn your money that you paid us as fees so that this education or the skill that we will be imparting to you comes out to you free of cost. Now, once the trading platform is set up and done, we will teach you almost 30 candlestick patterns, 15 simple and 15 complex. Now, there are approximately about 250 odd candlestick patterns, which there's a full Bible, a book called which is Bible of Candlesticks. Right? It talks about almost 250 or 500 candlestick patterns. You don't have to read all of them. So we teach you the 30 most predominantly, most commonly occurring candle patterns. That is where you can make most of the money. If you just learn these 30, I can guarantee you, you will not require to read the book of Bible on candlesticks. 30 is sufficient to sustain you for the rest of your life. For the rest of your life, I use my words very carefully. Enough to sustain you. But if you want to really excel and grow, become a Warren Buffett and all that, then of course, the Bible has to be read. Whether it's a Bible of candlesticks, Bible of option strategies, blah, 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 blah. Then you can read umpteen number of books all to your option. That's all available to you. So after teaching you candlestick patterns, we will teach you slightly more complex patterns. Right? Head and shoulders, which are very common. Wedge patterns, cup and handle, double bottom, double top, triple bottom, triple top, gap patterns, triangle patterns. All these are patterns which are very commonly being seen on stocks practically every day. After we have taught you the candlesticks and the patterns, we will talk to you about the indicators. Now, there are 4 types of indicators there are. There is a trend, there is momentum, there is volume, and there is volatility. Each one has got multiple indicators within them. Now, the reason we are going to show you all the multiple indicators within each of these 4 is because you have to choose which one is most suiting to your profile. Once you realize that, you can choose and make a platter for yourself which one matches your profile and which one you want to stick to. Now, all these 4 types of indicators, trend, momentum, volume, and volatility, are very important. We would teach you about all of them, how they are to be used, what are the importance, what are the limitations. Next comes the most interesting part of the course, trading strategies. That's where you will learn how will you use a combination of the earlier 4 types of indicators that have been taught to you. Now is when we will teach you how will you trade, how will you enter a trade, how will you exit a trade. So the Bollinger Band strategies, the Heikin-Ashis, the Renko strategies, the EMA crossover strategies, all these will be taught to you. Now you will be actually getting geared to enter your trade, to create money, to create wealth for yourself and for your family. But you are still not ready. Why? Because you still don't know how will you control your risk profile. Your risk management is yet to be taught to you. So we teach you how do you manage your capital. How do you secure your capital for a long drawn battle or a long drawn career in trading. Risk management becomes very important over here. How do you place your stop losses? How do you manage your profiles? You do that. After that is done, we teach you one more important tool, which is actually to be hidden in the inner sleeves of your shirt. How do you screen your stocks for the next ensuing period? What stock will you trade? When the stock market has got about 2,500 stocks, are you going to trade all of them? Do you know all the companies also by name? We ourselves don't know more than 100 companies by name, if you ask me. You ask Kamal, after the first 15, will start actually fumbling, thinking on his mind what next to name. Then possibly, on this slide, he'll look up on his mobile or look up on his laptop and start rattling off names, which all of our traders will do. But you talk to us, 10, 15 companies, we'll talk to you. So you will go into using free tools available on the web for the stock screening to identify what stock to trade, which is falling into your parameter on the next coming day, next week, next month. After you have learned to identify your stocks, you have learned to manage your risk, you have learned when to enter, when to exit. Next comes the most important thing, psychology. Psychology of human beings, psychology of traders, psychology of market, psychology of institutions, of investors. Each one has a different psyche. He has a different way of thinking. Each one of us is unique. We would teach you all of that and then help you to identify what is your trading profile. Are you comfortable trading, watching market only for what? 20 minutes a week? Or are you comfortable trading, watching market for about 5 to 6 hours a day? So all these are individual profiles which are going to be created. With that, our 4-week course will come to an end. Almost a 22-hour session will come to an end. Here again, our time to start is fixed. Our time to end is never fixed. I've always been told by my learners, sir, please continue because you are giving a lot of information and tidbits which is not available on YouTube, which is not available on other books. Now, all that we are teaching you, be it advanced course, be it trading course, is available in abundance freely on YouTube. Go and search, you will find them. But you will find so many videos that you get confused where to start and what to watch first. That is why a structured course is most important for you. So that as you are all are professionals who have learned the language right from alphabet first to small 3-letter words, to small sentences, to small paragraphs. Trading is also to be learned in a structured manner. Here again, the trading course will be led by the 5 instructors who are seen down in front of on the screen. You have Kamal, you have my colleague Tahir, who is my lead instructor. You have Aditya, who is my data expert, who also is very responsible to make certain that we are delivering what we promised and we deliver in the right manner. And at the same time, he is the one who is coordinating and controlling all our IT products. Vivek Nalawade, he is my crypto expert. So he will talk to you about his experiences of using crypto. Now, Aditya and Vivek have actually learned it by watching our weekend sessions. But now they're so good that they can actually be brought onto the course to deliver a lecture. And of course, you'll have myself, Vivek, yours truly, interfering whenever all these other 4 are presenting to you. But I will always have my tidbits to add. Irrespective of who's the lead presenter at that point of time, I will always intervene and give in my 2 bits of information whenever I think it is deemed fit or required by you people to learn. Now, what does the course require you to have? The course requires you to be coming with a clean mind, clean committed time to give me 22 hours at least. We will cover about 15 points of topics to be covered. We will give you refreshing sessions for about 3 months. So you could come back for 3 different sessions for whatever you have missed. Just like the advanced course, every session here is recorded, is available for you for private viewing on the website. Each PPT, which is used for teaching you guys, is also available on our website for downloading by learners only. You will be added to the GMT group, a premium group of all learners. A certificate of completion will be given to you. What we require you, who are we targeting? Beginners who don't know about stock market, who want to learn from scratch. Somebody who knows a little bit but wants to excel further or refine his skills further is also welcome. What's required? Computer, desktop, laptop, and a good internet connection. And of course, the fees that you will pay us. Most important, you will be paying us a fee of approximately how much?
400.
400. So the advance is 750. For this is 400. Now here, keep one thing in mind. You can refer it to all your friends and earn a $20 referral for any of your referrals who join the course. Now, anybody who is looking, who's a student, who's working and wanting to pick up trading or investment as a secondary source of income, I would suggest take up this course first. And if within the next 3 to 6 months, if you don't change over from secondary to primary source of income, you let me know. We have had students who have done that very often with us. They joined the course wanting to keep it as a secondary source of income. Today, they have left a high-paying, secure job and have taken up trading as a full-time course. Right? Kamal, anything that I've missed out? Because I think I've walked through the entire course quite quickly and in detail.
Yes, sir. You have covered everything. You
Yeah,
have also
thank
mentioned
you.
about the trading profits. So
Yes.
we do give stock alerts and you can take those trades and get the course fee, almost money back through trading through those profits. And Sudeep, to answer your question about investing, yes, as part of the course, we do give you all the information that you need for creating your portfolio, for managing your portfolio. And if there's a need for tweaking your portfolio or rebalancing, we do give assistance as well on, if required at a personal level as well, we do help learners have a separate call and then assist them in managing their portfolio. For the second question about sites, if you are using Questrade, then we recommend checking out other available platforms which are there in Canada. If you are someone who is only investing, Simple Trade is commission-free platform. If you are looking for more active trading, then Interactive Broker or National Bank's brokerage, these two could be cheaper alternatives to Questrade, because Questrade charges about $5 for buy and $5 for sell. So you lose about $10 on commission. It may not be immediate thing, but you can do some more research and then plan for switching to other platforms which are cheaper in terms of commission. And this becomes much more effective when you see that you start taking more number of trades. You would save a lot if you do more active trading. Each $10 saving on commission would add up to your profits. And your question was about the platform providing analysis tools. Yes. Interactive Broker has IBKR chart, TradingView charts integrated, and also you could use Webull. Webull gives good charts for analysis. Vivek sir prefers Yahoo Finance for monitoring the real-time prices of the both US and Canadian stocks, as well as for analysis. And these all tools we use as part of the course as well. So you would frequently see us using these while explaining on the charts. Most of the content which Vivek sir shares, you will see after walking through the slides, he goes on the live chart, and mostly he uses Yahoo Finance. You will see me using Webull. Tahir and Vivek Nalaude prefers TradingView. So different instructors share the set of tools that we are comfortable with, that we use regularly in our trades.
The idea is basically to give you a different flavor of what all is available to you free of cost or at minimal expenses, and how you can keep improving your skills using various tools for the same information. Now, I use Yahoo, which is absolutely free and gives me an unlimited number of indicators to be used. Whereas TradingView, if I'm using a free one, it gives me only 3 indicators. So each one has its own pros and cons. So we always make it a point to give you tools which are actually going to be easily available to you across the globe. So when I take Yahoo, it is actually available to you across every trading platform or every trading exchange in the world. That's the advantage of Yahoo.
So with that, I think we have covered stocks analysis.
If you have any questions, you want to type them out, you're welcome to ask your queries. Anybody on YouTube who has any queries also can please punch in your questions on the comment box and let us answer to them also in the meantime, so that we can address both the platforms at the same time.
Sure. So the course fee that is slashed is the actual price, and we have kept the discounted price as being the one which we discussed in the session today. So if you are interested in enrolling in the course, it's the discounted price which we have mentioned.
Sudeep, our students have always told us, so why is your course fee so low? When the market is charging you much higher, you are charging us a low course fee and delivering much more than what the market promises also. That is the general complaint we get from our students. It is not bouquet of flowers, it's a complaint from them. Why are you charging us such a low fee and giving us much more in return? And if you look at the testimonials, watch them very carefully. The testimonials are not properly lit up or properly, Photoshop or done. They are all taken live recording, impromptu. Some of them were taken during class, some of them were taken afterwards. And you will realize it's a combination of everybody. Youngsters, aged people like me, middle-aged people also like Srinivas and all around, everybody around. So we have a platter of various age groups with us, and at the same time, a lot of experienced, mature traders also with us. And each one of them comes and tells us the same thing. When you talk of the course, you don't tell us how in depth will you go to. When we talk of the trading course going for 22 hours, there are times I have taken the course for almost about 4.5 to 5 hours at a stretch without a break, neither by me nor by my learners. And when we tell the learners, can we take a 5-minute break to drink a glass of water? They say, no, sir, you cannot. Please continue because we are enjoying the flow. So they started at about 11 in the morning. They had their lunch at about 4:30 in the evening. And they are happy with that break, with that continuation. Why? Because they were absorbing the ideas, absorbing the course, absorbing the knowledge that we were giving them. Right? So that answers to your query. Don't look for discounts if you ask me. Look for a course content which will satisfy your hunger for knowledge. Because the discount will not be a big amount. A $400 profit on stock market is less than 1 week's job, or sometimes even one trade job. In one trade, you could be earning the same amount. And when we're giving you a guarantee of your money back through trades, so your education will be free. And if you're a student, it's the best time to start. The earlier you start, the better it is. Cheers to you for that.
Yeah, actually, if you watch this testimony, Namita has recovered her course fee within a single trade, and she did it during the course itself. So you would find our testimonies as well that learners, as Vivek sir mentioned, have said us that we are charging lesser fee. So please don't worry about fee. You will earn much more after completing the course.
Sudeep, is like this. If I can say, you are currently into a class, you are currently studying. I don't know what you're studying, but assuming you are paying your fees. You are expecting to get your money back within a staggered period of a few years. Your course fees, if you're doing a master's course, will be at least about $25,000 to $30,000 a year. You would expect to earn that over a period of few months. We are talking about earning your course fee within the next 2 or 3 months only. Sometimes also you would have earned your fee before your course ends. And then, of course, when you talk to your friends, you get 10 friends and 50% of your course fee you already earned as reference. Just 10 friends. Right? So thank you, Sudeep. Thank you for staying on, and sorry that we are troubling you within your class, but that just shows what a keen learner you can be. And that is what is actually attracting me towards you. So nice to have you around, that you are multitasking in 2 different lectures at the same time. Kudos to you for that.
With that, I would also like to say thank you, Sudeep, and those who are watching us online. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me or any of the GMT instructors, and we would be happy to entertain and help you feel confident in enrolling either in the advanced course, which is starting next week, or in the trading course, which will be the week following after. So with that, thank you and have a lovely remaining part of Sunday and a profitable next week.
Thank you, everybody. God bless you all and have a great profitable week next week. Good profitable trading week next week. Thank you, everybody.